The experts said he was not going to make it. In fact, his score was the worst of all time. And yet nobody has won more Super Bowl rings than Tom Brady. While the masses spend their days dominated by doubt, distraction, and dead ends, the masters go through their day on fire. My friend, welcome to the Fire Zone. Hey there, it's Kevin Ward, your coach, and today's Fire Zone video is all about the story that you tell. Here's the story. Here was the story of the experts from Tom Brady's draft report after the 2000 NFL Combine. After his college career, he's getting ready to go into the NFL draft. And this is what the NFL scouts said about Tom Brady. Poor build, skinny, lacks great physical stature and strength, lacks mobility and ability to avoid the rush, lacks a really strong arm, can't drive the ball downfield, does not throw a really tight spiral, a system-type player who can get exposed if forced to ad-lib, and he gets knocked down easily. In other words, this quarterback sucks. We don't know how he won so many games in Michigan, but we just know that he's not very good. And at the NFL Combine, his score was the lowest score. When they go through all the drills and everything for quarterbacks, it was the lowest score of any quarterback ever. Here is a guy who is probably the worst of all time, and yet he went on to become the greatest quarterback of all time and probably the greatest NFL player and one of the greatest achievers in athletics of all time. Why? Because in the face of their story, in the face of what the experts were saying about Tom Brady's story was different. And here was his story. After he got drafted in the 6th round, he was the 199th pick, which was devastating to him and his family because they were expecting him to be taken much, much sooner in the draft. So it was just like a total failure. It was like a total disaster. He had read the scouting reports. He got chosen that way down the line. And he shows up at the New England Patriots training facility, and he happens to run across Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. And he goes up to meet him. He says, "Mr. Kraft, I'm Tom Brady." Tom Brady and Mr. Kraft said, "I know who you are. You're our 6th-round draft choice." And Tom Brady said, "That's right." And Robert Kraft, as he tells the story, he said, "I'll never forget Tom Brady. He looked me in the eye like a laser, and he said, 'That's right, and I'm the best decision this organization has ever made.'" Now, is it any wonder that Tom Brady has gone on to become the greatest quarterback of all time, to win more rings? And here's the reason. Not because of his talent. The NFL scouts were right. He was slow. He was not muscular or strong. He didn't have a great arm. But he had a different story. And while everybody else's story is, "Oh man, I'm so grateful to be here, Mr. Kraft. Thank you for giving me a shot. I'm going to give it my best. I'm really committed." He just said this. Here's my story. "I am the best decision you have ever made." And the point of all this is, my friend, that your skills, your talents, your systems, your strategies, and all of that matter. But none of it matters as much as your story. It is the reason that is now, I call it the number one of the 5 core elements of success. The 5 core elements of success in the real estate vortex is your story. Because the problem is for most real estate agents is as you come into real estate, your self-view is weak. Your core story is weak. It's not your mindset. Your mindset can go up and down. But your core story is that you are not worthy. It's the reason that you seek other people's approval. It's the reason that we care about other people's opinions is because we think we need their approval in order for us to be okay, because our own view of ourselves is weak. We don't approve of ourselves, so we need other people to approve of us so that we feel okay. My friend, you are enough. Your story must become the story of "I am the best decision they will ever make." You see, the problem is when your self-view is weak is because your story, your core story is "I'm not enough." Your core story is either, as I've trained you before, your core story is either "I am a peasant" or "I am a king." I am a predator or I'm prey. You decide. And the reality is you are the king. You are a queen. You are the predator. You're not the prey. But if you believe, if your view of yourself is that I feel like a prey, then you're going to always show up weak because your core story is I'm prey. They're going to eat me up. They're going to beat me up. They're going to run me off. I'm going to fail. They're going to reject me. So the problem is that you're trying to strengthen your mindset while your core story is still that of a peasant. The core story is still that of a prey. You still believe you're not enough. You change the story, that's when everything changes. So the question is not, what do I have to do? The question is, who must I become? And the reality is, you're already that person. You just have to live into the king or the queen that you already are. You are enough. Change your story. Change your outcome. You've been listening to another Yes Masters Fire Zone video, a story or a strategy designed to help you go into the day with the fire, to stay focused and productive and to get more done every day. If you want more motivation, strategy, and support to grow your business on a daily basis, join our Yes Masters community at yesmasters.com and fan the flames of your success today.